In old age, don't be foolish to think about these 5 things. Aging is life's most profound season, offering clarity, wisdom, and a deeper appreciation for what truly matters. Yet too often this precious time is clouded by unnecessary burdens, regrets over the past, comparisons to others, or unrealistic expectations. These thoughts quietly steal our peace, distracting us from the beauty that exists right here, right now. Letting go is not a sign of giving up. It's an act of wisdom, a declaration that your time and energy are too valuable to waste on what you cannot change. In this stage of life, peace is found not in holding on, but in releasing, choosing freedom over frustration and joy over judgment. By letting go of these 5 things, you can reclaim the serenity and fulfillment you deserve, embracing your golden years with an open heart and a light spirit. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. 1. Don't obsess over money. At this stage of life, the relentless pursuit of financial gain should no longer dominate your thoughts or actions. The years when you could hustle, work overtime, or make bold career moves have passed, leaving behind a different, equally valuable season. Now is the time to reflect on what you've built, cherish what you've earned, and most importantly, redefine your relationship with money. Money, as practical as it is, often becomes a symbol of security, success, or even self-worth. But in truth, the richest individuals aren't those with the largest bank accounts. They're the ones who understand that wealth cannot buy time, health, or love. As you age, the greatest assets you have are the memories you've created, the relationships you've nurtured, and the wisdom you've gained. These are treasures that no amount of money could ever purchase. The fear of not having enough can be particularly overwhelming in later years, but this fear often stems from looking at money in terms of scarcity rather than sufficiency. Ask yourself, what do I truly need to live comfortably now? Often, the answer is simpler than we imagine: a roof over your head, food on your table, the company of loved ones, and the ability to engage in activities you enjoy. These are the essentials. Beyond that, accumulating more wealth adds little to your happiness or well-being. It's also important to let go of regrets about missed financial opportunities. Perhaps you didn't invest in that property when it was affordable, or maybe you chose stability over risk during your working years. These reflections can feel like failures, but they're not. Every financial decision you made was based on what you knew and needed at the time. Trust that those choices were right for that moment, and stop punishing yourself for not foreseeing outcomes you couldn't control. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, direct your attention to how you can make the most of what you do. Money, when used thoughtfully, becomes a tool for enriching your life. Maybe it's treating yourself to a special trip you've always dreamed of, funding hobbies that bring you joy, or simply ensuring that you live comfortably without stress. Perhaps it's giving back, supporting causes you care about, or helping the next generation find their footing. These acts, however modest, bring a profound sense of fulfillment that money sitting idle in a bank account never could. There's also immense peace in accepting that you no longer need to earn, compete, or prove yourself financially. In your younger years, wealth may have symbolized ambition or achievement, but now it's a means to an end, not the end itself. Let go of the societal pressures to keep up or achieve financial milestones that no longer serve your life stage. Remember, money is a tool, not a measure of your worth or success. Finally, embrace the wisdom that life's greatest joys often cost nothing at all: the laughter of grandchildren, a walk through a sunlit park, or the serenity of a quiet morning spent with a good book. These moments are priceless. They remind us that true wealth lies not in accumulating more, but in appreciating what we already have. In these golden years, Shift your focus from how much to how meaningful. Let gratitude replace worry, and let wisdom guide your decisions. You've worked hard your entire life to be here. Now is the time to let money serve you, not the other way around. 2. Let go of regrets about the past. Regret is a silent thief, sneaking into quiet moments and overshadowing the joys of the present. It whispers of missed opportunities, wrong decisions, and paths not taken, trapping you in a cycle of what-ifs. But as you age, one of the most liberating lessons you can embrace is this: the past cannot be changed, but your relationship with it can. To live fully in the present, you must let go of regrets and make peace with what has been. The nature of regret is deceptive. It convinces us that, given another chance, we could have done better, been better, or achieved more. But hindsight is a biased lens, granting clarity we didn't have at the time. Every choice you made, every step you took, was based on the knowledge and circumstances of that moment. You were navigating life as best you could, often in ways you couldn't fully control. Recognizing this truth is the first step toward forgiving yourself. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness, it's a profound act of self-compassion. Begin by forgiving yourself for the things you wish you had done differently. Maybe you regret not saving more money, pursuing a certain career, or spending enough time with loved ones. These feelings are natural, but dwelling on them won't change the outcome. Instead, acknowledge the regret, learn from it, and let it go. View your missteps not as failures, but as lessons that shape the person you are today. Regret often extends beyond ourselves, entangling us in unresolved relationships or conflicts. Perhaps there are words left unsaid to someone who has passed, or an argument with a loved one that was never mended. These unresolved emotions can weigh heavily, but they don't have to define your present. If the person is still in your life, take the first step toward reconciliation. A simple, "I'm sorry" or "I forgive you" can be profoundly healing. If reconciliation isn't possible, write a letter you'll never send or speak your feelings aloud in a quiet, reflective moment. Sometimes closure comes not from others, but from within. To move beyond regret, focus on the gifts of the present. Each day is an opportunity to write a new chapter in your story. Instead of mourning what could have been, celebrate what is. Be mindful of the small blessings around you, the warmth of the sun, the laughter of family, or the comfort of a favorite hobby. These are the moments that give life meaning, moments that are far too precious to be overshadowed by regret. It's also important to acknowledge the positive impact of your decisions, even those you once questioned. For every path not taken, there is a path that was. Maybe you chose to prioritize your family over your career, or maybe you took risks that didn't pan out but taught you invaluable lessons. These choices, for better or worse, have made you who you are, a person with a wealth of experience, wisdom, and resilience. As you let go of regrets, remember that the future still holds promise. No matter your age, there is still time to make new memories, build stronger relationships, and pursue dreams that inspire you. The past is unchangeable, but the present is alive with possibility. By releasing the weight of regret, you free yourself to embrace the life you have now with an open heart and a peaceful mind. Letting go of regret is not about forgetting, it's about reframing. It's about understanding that the imperfections of your journey are what make it uniquely yours. They are the threads that weave the fabric of your life, giving it depth, texture, and meaning. Embrace them and let them remind you of how far you've come. In doing so, you'll find not only peace with your past, but also the courage to fully live the days ahead. 3. Stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison is an uninvited guest in our lives, one that often overstays its welcome. It whispers doubts into our minds, making us question whether our journey measures up to others. But as we enter the later stages of life, it becomes increasingly clear that comparison serves no purpose other than to diminish the joy and gratitude we could otherwise feel. To truly embrace this chapter, we must release the habit of measuring our lives against others. The truth is, no two lives are the same. Each person's path is shaped by a unique combination of circumstances, choices, and challenges. You may look at a friend who seems healthier, wealthier, or surrounded by a bigger family and feel a pang of envy. But what you see is only the surface. Behind every smile is a story, one that likely includes struggles, sacrifices, and moments of doubt, just like your own. Life is not a competition, and no one wins by outshining others. The real victory lies in finding peace and contentment with your own story. Reflect for a moment on your life. Think of the mountains you've climbed, the storms you've weathered, and the moments of joy you've cherished. These experiences are yours alone, and they've shaped you into the person you are today. Instead of comparing yourself to others, celebrate your unique journey. Your life may not look like anyone else's, and that's precisely what makes it remarkable. One of the most harmful aspects of comparison is how it blinds us to our blessings. When we focus on what others have, we often overlook the abundance already present in our lives. Perhaps you have the companionship of a lifelong partner, the laughter of grandchildren, or the quiet satisfaction of hobbies you love. These are treasures that no material wealth or social status can replace. By shifting your focus from what you lack to what you have, you open the door to gratitude, a powerful antidote to comparison. It's also worth noting that the things we envy in others often come with unseen costs. The neighbor with the impressive house may be struggling under the weight of a mortgage. The friend with an active social life may yearn for moments of solitude. The family that seems perfect may have their own private struggles. Life is complex, and appearances rarely tell the whole story. When you catch yourself comparing, remind yourself that every life, including yours, is a mix of light and shadow. Another trap of comparison is looking back at your younger self and wishing you could regain what you once had. This too is a futile exercise. Life is meant to evolve, and each stage brings its own joys and challenges. Instead of longing for the energy or opportunities of your youth, embrace the wisdom, perspective, and freedom that come with age. Your value is not diminished by the passing years. It is enriched by them. As you let go of comparison, you may find that your relationships deepen. Without the barriers of jealousy or resentment, you can genuinely connect with others, celebrating their successes without feeling diminished. You'll also discover a greater capacity to offer compassion to yourself and to those around you. After all, life is not about being better than others. It's about being better for others. Ultimately, the act of comparing is rooted in a desire for validation, a longing to know that our lives matter. But your worth has never depended on how you measure up to others. It lies in the love you've given, the kindness you've shown, and the legacy you're building each day. Let go of the need to compare, and you'll find that your life is already rich in meaning and beauty. Your journey is yours alone. It is a masterpiece in progress, painted with the colors of your experiences, relationships, and dreams. Celebrate it for what it is: unique, imperfect, and utterly irreplaceable. By letting go of comparison, you create space for joy, gratitude, and the profound peace of knowing that you are enough just as you are. 4. Don't fixate on old conflicts or resentments. As we grow older, we carry with us a lifetime of experiences, some joyful and others painful. Among the most burdensome of these are unresolved conflicts and lingering resentments. These emotional weights, if left unchecked, can rob us of the peace we deserve in our golden years. Letting go of old grudges is not just an act of kindness toward others. It is a profound gesture of self-love and liberation. Old conflicts often feel like unfinished stories, tempting us to revisit them in our minds, hoping for a different ending. Perhaps there was an argument with a sibling that never healed, or a falling out with a close friend that left deep scars. These moments replay in our thoughts, consuming precious energy and clouding our ability to enjoy the present. But the reality is the past cannot be rewritten. Clinging to anger or disappointment only prolongs the pain, binding us to events that no longer exist. Forgiveness is the key to breaking free from this cycle. It is not about excusing hurtful actions or forgetting the wrongs that were done. Rather, it is a conscious decision to release the hold those events have on your heart. Forgiveness is not for the other person, it is for you. It frees you from the toxic grip of resentment and opens the door to healing and peace. Begin by forgiving yourself. Many of the conflicts we carry are rooted in our own feelings of regret or guilt. Perhaps you feel you didn't handle a situation as well as you could have, or that you contributed to the breakdown of a relationship. Recognize that you, like everyone else, are human, imperfect, but always learning. Offer yourself the same compassion you would extend to a loved one who made a mistake. Next, consider the people who have hurt you. Holding on to anger toward them only prolongs your suffering. You don't need to reconcile or even interact with them if it feels unsafe or unwise. But you can choose to let go of the bitterness in your heart. Imagine how much lighter your days would feel without the weight of that resentment. Picture yourself stepping into a future unburdened by the pain of the past. Letting go of resentment doesn't mean you need to rekindle every lost relationship. Some connections are best left behind, and that's okay. But for those relationships that still matter, family members, old friends, or loved ones, it's never too late to reach out. A simple conversation, a heartfelt apology, or a sincere gesture of reconciliation can mend wounds that have lingered for years. Even if the other person isn't ready to forgive, you'll find peace in knowing you've done your part. Resentments don't just affect our emotional well-being, they take a toll on our physical health as well. Chronic anger and stress can lead to high blood pressure, heart problems, and other ailments. Letting go is not just an emotional choice. It is a step toward a healthier, more peaceful life. It's a health-conscious one. By releasing these negative emotions, you allow your body and mind to relax, fostering a sense of calm and balance. In letting go of old conflicts, you also make space for gratitude and joy. When your thoughts are no longer consumed by what went wrong, you can focus on what is going right. You can appreciate the love and kindness that surround you, nurture the relationships that bring you happiness, and savor the simple pleasures of each day. Life is too short, especially in its later stages, to carry the burden of unresolved conflicts. The time you have left is precious, and it deserves to be filled with peace, connection, and love. By letting go of old resentments, you reclaim your emotional freedom and create room for new, beautiful experiences to unfold. In the end, letting go of resentment is an act of courage and wisdom. It says, I choose peace over pain. I choose joy over bitterness. I choose to live fully, free from the chains of the past. This choice, though difficult, is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself in your golden years. A gift of lightness, clarity, and profound inner peace. 5. Don't overcomplicate life with unrealistic expectations. As you move into the later chapters of life, a sense of peace and fulfillment becomes one of the greatest gifts you can offer yourself. Yet this peace is often disrupted by unrealistic expectations, those lingering demands we place on ourselves or others that no longer align with the realities of aging. These expectations, whether rooted in our past ambitions or shaped by societal pressures, can complicate life unnecessarily and rob us of the joy that lies in simplicity. Unrealistic expectations often stem from a longing to hold on to what once was. Perhaps you find yourself yearning to maintain the physical vitality of your youth or to accomplish goals that no longer feel relevant to your current stage of life. These desires, while natural, can create a sense of inadequacy and frustration. The truth is, life changes, and so do our capacities and priorities. Embracing these changes with grace is the key to living fully and meaningfully. One of the most liberating realizations in later life is that you don't have to prove anything to anyone, not even to yourself. The years of striving, achieving, and climbing have served their purpose. Now is the time to let go of the need to meet external standards or compare yourself to others. Your worth is not defined by how much you can do, how much you have, or how youthful you appear. It is defined by the love you give, the wisdom you share, and the joy you find in the present moment. Letting go of unrealistic expectations also means releasing others from the weight of your demands. It's tempting to wish for children or grandchildren to visit more often, call more regularly, or fulfill every emotional need. While these desires come from a place of love, placing undue expectations on family members can strain relationships and lead to disappointment. Instead, cherish the time they do spend with you and seek to nurture connections that bring mutual joy rather than obligation. Consider shifting your focus to what you can control. Life's simplest pleasures often hold the greatest rewards. A morning spent tending to your garden, a quiet afternoon with a beloved book, or an evening sharing stories with a dear friend can bring immense satisfaction. These moments are rich not because they meet some grand expectation, but because they honor the beauty of the present. Simplicity, in fact, is a profound teacher in later life. Stripping away the unnecessary, whether it's material possessions, societal pressures, or unrealistic goals, creates space for what truly matters. This isn't about giving up. It's about prioritizing the things that align with your current values and capacities. It's about finding joy in the ordinary and embracing the life you have now, rather than wishing for a life you think you should have. Unrealistic expectations can also manifest as a desire to regain past relationships or reconcile every conflict. While it's noble to seek healing and closure, it's important to recognize that not all relationships can or should be salvaged. Accept that some people may remain distant or unreconciled, and focus instead on the connections that bring positivity and meaning to your life. Letting go of the unattainable makes room for deeper, more fulfilling relationships with those who choose to walk alongside you now. Lastly, remember that your legacy is not built on perfection or monumental achievements. It is built on the love, kindness, and memories you've shared with others. You don't need to accomplish something extraordinary in your later years to validate your life. Simply living authentically, finding joy in the present, and cherishing the people around you is enough. When you release unrealistic expectations, you give yourself the freedom to live in harmony with who you are today. You stop striving for an ideal and begin celebrating the reality. Life becomes less about doing and more about being present, being grateful, and being at peace. In your golden years, the simplest truths shine the brightest. You are enough, just as you are. By letting go of unnecessary complexities, you create space for a life filled with serenity, purpose, and profound joy. This is not a concession, it's a triumph, the ultimate reward of a life lived wisely and well. The art of letting go and embracing what matters. Life in its later stages offers us a profound opportunity to focus on what truly matters. It is a time to strip away the distractions, fears, and burdens that no longer serve us, leaving space for clarity, purpose, and peace. By letting go of obsessions, regrets, comparisons, resentments, and unrealistic expectations, we liberate ourselves to live with the wisdom and grace that only age can bring. This chapter of life is not about chasing what we don't have or mourning what we've lost. It's about cherishing the treasures we've gained. It's about finding joy in the laughter of loved ones, the beauty of a sunrise, or the quiet contentment of a reflective moment. These are the riches that define a life well lived, and they are available to us if we allow ourselves to see them. As we release the weight of old conflicts and unattainable ideals, we reclaim our energy for what matters most: relationships, experiences, and the simple pleasure of being present. We learn that peace comes not from perfection, but from acceptance of ourselves, our journey, and the inevitable changes that come with time. Remember, your worth is not measured by what you've achieved or accumulated. It is found in the lives you've touched, the kindness you've shown, and the legacy of love and wisdom you leave behind. Every moment you spend in gratitude, every connection you nurture, and every act of compassion enriches your life and the lives of those around you. The beauty of aging is that it allows us to distill life to its essence. It teaches us that simplicity is not emptiness, but fullness, that letting go is not losing, but gaining clarity, and that slowing down is not stagnation, but an invitation to savor life's most meaningful moments. So embrace this season with an open heart and a light spirit. Release what no longer serves you and hold tightly to what brings you joy. In doing so, you will find not only peace, but a profound sense of fulfillment, a life that is not only long, but also deeply and beautifully lived. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.